Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss a regular topic from real numbers. The topic is proving irrational. We are going to discuss on the first type, that is type 1, root A type. Root A type means it can be root 3, root 5, root 7, root of any prime numbers. We need some of the basics on this topic. We are dividing 2412 by 36. So it's a complete division over here. So what are the things that we can extract from this particular division? One is divisor, this is a dividend, and that is quotient, and it is a remainder. There is a relation between the divisor, dividend, quotient and remainder. So how they are related, you can see here. 2412 is equal to 36 into 67 plus 0. If I simplify the right hand side of this, I am going to get the answer as 2412. We call this as division algorithm, and it is also called as Euclid's division algorithm. So you can see here it is represented as A is equal to BQ plus R. Here A represents dividend, B represents divisor, Q represents quotient, and R represents remainder. It is the first basics that we need to know. The next basic is the concept of coprime. What is exactly coprime? If highest common factor of any two numbers is equal to 1, then the numbers are called as coprime. How is it possible? You can see a first example. 100 equals to 2 into 2 into 5 into 5. The 33 is equals to 3 into 11. Here we can see it is prime. The 100, here you can see 100 and 33 are prime factorized, but as you look closely there is no number common in between them. So therefore HCF of 33 and 100 will give you 1. Let us see another example, 42 and 85. So both are having many common factors in between them, but highest common factors of 42 and 85 is equals to 1. The last example, 36 and 77. Even here we are not finding any common factors other than 1. So we can call this 33 and 100 are coprimes, and 42 and 85 are coprimes, and 36 and 77 also coprimes. We can come to the final conclusion. What is that? If A and B are coprime, then their HCF is 1. It can be explained in other way. If HCF of any two numbers is 1, then we can call them as coprimes. Let's move on to the theorem. Here you can see it says let P be a prime number if P divides A square, then P divides A, where A is a positive integer. So as per this, consider this table. 2, 5, 7 are prime numbers, and we can see I have under A square I have written 36, 625 and 441. So we can divide 36 by 2. Even we can divide 625 by 5 and 441 by 7. As you closely look into it, 36, 625 and 441 are the perfect squares. Correct? 6 square, 25 square and 21 square. That is the first statement. What is that? If P divides A square. Correct? Here prime number divides A square. So for the second part of the sentence, prime number remains the same. Instead of A square I am taking A. That means instead of 36 I am taking 6. Instead of 625 I am taking 25. And instead of 441 I am taking 21. You can see this. 2 divides 6, 5 divides 25 and 7 divides 21. That's what the theorem means. If a prime number divides square of a number, then the same prime number divides the square root of the number also. Let's move on to the proving part. Let us prove that root 13 is irrational. For this we need to assume that root 13 is a rational number. When I say root 13 is rational, it can be expressed in the form of A by B, where B is not equal to 0. That means denominator should not be equal to 0. And A and B are coprimes. That means HCF of A and B is equals to 1. So I'm going to transpose B to the other side. It becomes root 13B is equals to A. Then we are going to square it. We are squaring here to get rid of root from the 13. After squaring it, we will get 13b square equals to a square. Transpose 13 to the other side, it becomes b square equal to a square minus 13. So a square minus 13 says that 13 divides a square. As we have discussed in the theorem, the same concept has arrived here. A square is divided by 13, or we can say 13 divides a square. If 13 divides a square, as per theorem, 13 divides a also. Let us continue further. If I am saying 13 divides a, that means a is equal to 13 into some number. So that number, let it be k. So where k is a positive integer. Again, we are going to square both the sides, because in the previous steps you have seen, we have marked one equation. Now what we have got a can be divided by 13. Now I need to prove that b also can be divided by 13. To prove that, I have to replace a, and in place of a I should get b. So for that reason I am going to square it. When I square, I get a square is equal to 13k square. We have marked one equation, so I am taking that equation now. So when you square, it becomes a square is equal to 169k square. So from the equation 1, I am going to replace a square as 13b square, which is equal to 169k square. Now transpose 169 to the other side, you will get what? B square by 13 is equal to k square. Now what exactly we have done? We have got b square can be divided by 13, right? That means 13 divides b square as well as 13 divides b. Since we came to know that 13 divides both a and b, that means 13 is a factor of a and b, which means our assumption is wrong, because we have considered a and b are co-primes. That means they should have only one as factor, but here we have got that it has one more factor, that is 13, which is a contradiction to our assumption. That means our assumption is wrong. So therefore what we can say, root 13 is irrational. Hope you all understood. Thank you.